My name is Prince Yemi Kasali. In this training, we'll be talking about uTrading and one of the three manual tradings in uTrading when trading sports. We have about six manual robots right now, which three are trading sports, while three are trading futures. To get there, all you just need to do is to click on trade down here, and when you click on trade, it takes you here. So you can just go left, right. This is robot. This is the running trade. This is the trade that has stopped, and this is the records of the trade. So we'll be talking about the first one here today, which is AIDCA. AIDCA. This is just a cost averaging robot that has his parameters set on their AI form. That means it has a default settings. So let me just quickly go through the help for you to see that the DCA here simply means dollar cost averaging. So dollar cost averaging, like I said, is average cost price. So that is just what it's all about. And the AI simply means auto. That means it has been set there. So you don't need to set it manually. So we come back to the robot out right here. So here we can always choose the coin we want to trade. So you can choose the coin you want to trade. We'll go to the coins later. First of all, want to talk about the parameters and the settings and the amount involved. Okay, this is another one I want you to look into. Okay, probably I would love to use the box. Okay, so let me use the box. So this one I want you to look into. This is the initial position. Initial position simply means, sorry, that's the initial position. It simply means the initial amount of trade. That means the first trade the first thing you want to trade, how much is it? Like, what exactly are you trading at the first instance? What exactly are you trading? The first trade, what exactly is it? So for example, if you have $100 in your account, you might start trading with about $10, so that when it goes down, you buy $20. When it goes down, you buy $40. When it goes down, probably you buy $60, and that might not be enough. Sorry, $80. That might not be enough. So you might just need to buy one, two, three. So this is an accumulation of this is 30 plus 40. That's $70. So you might just do that. So that's that. Now, the next thing we should be looking into is double opening. Well, to me, double opening is just buying times two of this initial. That means what you intend to buy initially, you buy times two of it. But I don't usually advise this, because instead of you buying $7 at the beginning, you will be buying $14. So this will be $14 at the beginning. But the next buy, because you said it should be times two of what you bought initially, and because $7 is what is here, it will also buy $14. So you're still buying the same thing as what you bought the earlier. Then when this goes down again, the system will buy $28 for you. So it's still not getting times two of the initial deposit. But the reason why some people used to double these is because sometimes they feel this will be giving them money at the top, and because 1% of 7% is going to be 0.7, I guess. No, I think that is even 10%. Let's make use of our calculator. 1%. Okay, 1% of 7, so that is going to give us $0.07. So that is what we will be getting whenever the first one alone is being giving us profit. Sometimes it doesn't go deep and we keep, earning profit from the first buy. But assuming you double it and you put it to $14, you'll be getting 0.98, which is far better than, sorry, no, that's a mistake. Okay, 1% of $14, sorry, of $14. Okay, you'll be getting 0.14 instead of 0.07. You'll be getting 0.14 because you doubled the beginning. But the issue is, most of us do not understand the game of crypto. Crypto goes up fine. It goes up fine, but you should plan for the dip. Otherwise, if you don't plan it very well, okay, let's put it this way. Assuming you buy, let's take it back to this page, because this is the page we want to be seeing. Assuming you buy $10 at the beginning. And you later, it goes down, you buy another $20. Then it goes down, you buy $40. Now, the way it would form the average will be far different from when you are buying $20 at the beginning and $20 again. You understand? So the average will be far different. So that is the reason why sometimes I prefer to stay out of double. So that's why I don't usually prefer the double, but it's okay. You only put on this double when you are sure you're in a bull run and you feel the first coin is going to be activated often, like it's going to keep giving you money often. That is when I advise you to use the double, because in crypto, most of our plan is for the dip, not for the first not for the first position, not for the initial position. Our plan is to always plan for when it goes down and be able to survive in the depth. So that's that. Then we also have smart covering. Smart covering, it's okay. This simply means that when the coin is meant to buy more for you, when it is meant to buy more for you, it doesn't buy it instantly. It waits for an assurance. One of the indicator which it is using to buy would make sure there is a kind of reverse after the price. For example, this is Bitcoin. It is 67,000 right now. Assuming you want to buy when it is 66,900. It might not buy here. It will let it keep going till there seems to be a reverse that or that the coin is about to go back up. So it buys for you and it initiates. Well, you might not disturb yourself with this and you might just put it that way. There is no problem. So you might put it on, or you put it off. That is not much of a problem. So let's go to the parameters. Now, one of the beautiful of this AI, why it is AI, is because the parameters are there already. The system will set the parameters for you. For example, this price floor simply means that when Bitcoin from 67,000 that we are seeing right now, when it gets to 47,000, it will stop buying. So no matter what your dip says, immediately it goes to 67,000, it stops buying. It waits till it comes up again before it buys. So that's that. But it is set automatically, which is not really needed, because the more a coin goes down, the more it's better to buy. So the more at least you're seeing some profits, because the more it goes down, the probably more it will come up to that price. For example, if you're buying at the peak, it might take days if it goes down to get back to this peak. But when you buy here, it is easier for the system, for the coin to get here, give you profit, go down again, buy, then it goes up again, give you profit, then it comes down again, you buy, then it's easier to get more profit below than to come back to the peak. For example, I've been in the dip for 2 weeks while I'm trading futures. That's because I have a proper money management. That's number one. That's the major thing. I have proper money management. I could have liquidated. But I'm trading for 2 weeks now. It has not come to the top because I bought at the peak. I didn't know, I didn't check the price. I wasn't looking at the chart. I just bought because I know Bitcoin is going to it's going to do well this month. Probably it's going to get to 80,000, and it's going to get to 80,000, and I bought it at 70, I think 73,000 or 70,000 thereabout. I bought 73,000, yes. I bought it at the peak, at the very peak. And since 2 weeks now, it has been down. And later on, I went to go and buy BNB down, and I've made some profits in BNB because I bought it at the dip. And later on, it keeps going on till it comes up. And now it's back. I couldn't get to that point again. So majorly when you're trading crypto, you plan for the lower part. So that's that. So here is the price ceiling. The price ceiling simply means the amount that it will get to, and the system will not buy for you again, because when it gets to that price, there's probability that it might drop very drastically, and you might be here for a too long time. So that's that. Then we have okay, let's take this first. We have take profit. Take profit. We have take profit. So take profits simply means the price at the profit you want to take, and the system has already set it for you. If after the first order there is 1% up, then it gives you 1%. It takes 1%. That means if you buy $10, so, and you already made 0.01 dollar, it will give you your profits instantly. I think 10% of $10 is 1, so 1% will be 0.1, I guess. So that's that. Now, assuming the coin goes down and there is a purchase, the first order after the initial position, there is a purchase, and the coin now, after purchasing this, the coin now go up again to 1% of the new average cost price. You now get 1%. It will sell the two coins at the rate of 1%. It will form the average cost and sell the entire thing to get 1%. So for example, you buy $10 here and you buy $20 here. So that makes $30. So it will give you 1% of the $30. So I'm talking in terms of price, but I should be talking in terms of the coin. So it is not about the amount, it is about the coin. What numbers of coin? Okay, let me put it in a proper form. Assuming I bought 10 Bitcoin and later on bought 20 Bitcoin. So it will form the average cost price for the 30 Bitcoin and give me 1% of the new cost price, because it will add the two together and divide by the amount I bought them. So then we'll now have a new price for the sales. Then 1% it gives you. So and it keeps going on like that. So assuming it's you were able to purchase the second order. So this is 10, this is 20, this is 40. This is just an example. It's not like that is how it's going to buy for you. I'm just using this as an example for easy calculation. So now, if there is an average cost price, it will now sell everything for 1%. So sometimes a lot of people are worried, oh, my coin is going down, it's going down, it's going down. It gives you more room to sell a bigger amount of coin. than when it is not going down and you are only seeing maybe 0.1 dollar every day, 10 cents, 10 cents, because you are buying little at the beginning. You understand? So the more it goes down, the more money you're putting into the coin. And when it comes back to the top, the more, what do we call it? The more money you sent into the market, and the 1% will give you more profits. So because 10% of 1% of one is bigger, is smaller than 1% of 30. And 1% of 30 is smaller than 1% of 70, and so on. So this is automated. It has been set for 1%. Sometimes some people feel like, oh, 1% is too small. Well, in crypto, nothing is too small, because if you set 5%, before it gets to 5%, it might have gotten to 3%, go back to 1%, go back to 2%, come back to 1%, go back to 4%, come back to 3%, go back to 5% or 4.9%, and so on. So before you get to this 5%, it must have sold sometimes about 5 times. So the 5% would have been made in the journey towards 5%. So that is why we don't usually set huge amount unless we are sure that there is a coin, that probably a new coin that we feel will do great. Otherwise, we don't need to disturb ourselves. Now, so that's that on take profit. That will now take me back to these trailing profit. Now, what this is about is simple. When you get 1%, the system will not take profit for you. It will allow the coin to keep going up. It will allow it to keep going up. So it might get to 2%, it might get to 3%, it might get to 5%. But after getting to this 1%, the system will now be watching, such that when it goes down 0.1%, it will give you your profit. Instead of giving you a profit at 1%, it will allow your trade to keep going up, 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 up. But immediately it tries to go down 0.1%, it gives you your profit. So that's the trailing profit, and all these are automatic. I'm just explaining this for you so that you understand the robot itself, so that you understand the robot. So that's take profit. Then trailing coverage. Okay, now the same thing here is like the profit. When you are to cover, before I do that, let me I'm coming. Okay, probably let's explain it. Let's explain it. Trailing cover. Now, this simply means that when you are to buy a coin, at probably when a coin goes down 5%, you said buy $20. So when it gets to 5%, it does not buy instantly. It waits for the coin to go down more, so that to buy more deep. But when the coin is trying to come back a little, which here it is set as 0.2, then it will now buy, so that the system gives room for the coin to keep going more down. But immediately the coin reverses 0.2% back, like it's trying to go back up. You understand? It buys for you. So, and that is 0.2%. So when it goes back up 0.2%, it does what? It buys for you. So, and we've talked about take profit, we've talked about trailing cover, then price gap. Okay, price gap. Okay, price gap is the price at which it will buy the next order. Now, look at this. After the first order, which is the initial order, when the coin goes 1.92%, when it goes 1.92%, it does what? It buys another one. So it buys another one, and it has put in the price here when it is $65,738.15 That is when it will buy another one. So after buying this, if the coin now goes down again, 2.3%, it buys another one. When it goes down again, 2.76%, it buys another one till the fifth order is purchased. So in total, this is 6 orders. So because this is 5, okay, this is 6. So the sixth order here. So that simply means in total, this is 7 orders. The initial one plus extra 6 orders. Now, the beauty about this is it is covering for what? 19% down. So that means if this coin goes down 19%, it will still keep buying more in the dip, and probably when it purchases all these, instead of you to be 19% down, instead of you to be 19% down, you might probably be maybe 7% down. So instead of you to buy all your coin of $100 at once, this system, and you now have 19% dip. So this $100, let's say it is 20% dip. This $100 will now be $80. And before it gets back up again, might take a longer time. But because instead of you to have 19% dip, probably 20% dip, you might be having about 8 to 10% dip. So that means the coin will be able to sell and give you profit faster than if you put all your money into the market at once. Because the danger is this: a lot of people love profit. Yes, we are doing business for profit. If you put $100 into the market at once and you ask for just 1%, that is $1 for you. And if you get about $5 in a day, that means if this trade activates 5 times a day, so that is $5 for you. But the way it is going, because when it buys, it goes up, it sells, it goes up, it sells, it goes up, it sells, then it will come down. And maybe you get this profit, if you're lucky, you get this profit for about 2 days, you get $10. For about a month or thereabout, you might not be getting anything depending on the market. We're on the bull run now. We are not expecting that much long downwards direction. But at the same time, there is just 2 weeks direction, other side direction now. So, and we are expecting a pump anytime from now. So now what I'm insinuating here is that it is better to follow the coin down than to play at the top. Now, so that is the price gap, which is also automated. It has set it automatically. Then what else do we have? Then we have size multiples. So multiple. What this is saying is that when you buy the first coin, you buy it $10. The second order will be $15 because it will be 1.5 times the first one. So the next one after this that it will be buying will be 1.5%, 1.5 times 15. So that means 1.5 of 15 is what we'll be having in the next one. So assuming this is $10, so the first buy is 1.5, so that is 10 plus half, that's 15. So the next one will be 15 plus 7.5 and so on. So that is what it will be buying for you. Let's check the calculator. Let's check the calculator. So we have the first one is let's say assume we bought 10, so times 1.5. So the next buy will be 15, then 15 times 1.5. So the next purchase, if it goes down again, it will be 22.5. So this also times 1.5. The next purchase will be 33.75 and so on. So this is also automated. It has been set that way because we are trading AI. So that's that. Now, this is where we need to look at. And this is one of the major things we only need to set here. Number one is, how much are you trading with? How much are you trading with? Sometimes, if you're trading with $1,000, some people would advise you to trade, what do we call it? To trade 10 coins with $100 each. 10 coins, $100 each. But to me, most coins goes in the same direction. The only difference in coins majorly is that their percentage of movement is different. That's the difference. So why am I disturbing myself? It is even better to trade 5 coins with $200 each. With that, you'll be able to trade more deep. You'll be able to play around the robots. You'll be able to play around the robots. So, by yourself, for yourself. So, that is where this max order comes from. Now, look at this. The initial price is $7. That means the first buy is $7. If this coin buys 7 times, max order means the numbers of time there's going to be purchase 7 times. And the total, the max position, the total that is involved here is 225. Is 225. So probably the only thing you just need to do here, depending on your pause, you can change this to 3. So if you change this to 3, that simply means what you need for this coin is $33. But it will only buy 2 extra more when it goes down. When it goes down. So if you now change this to 4, so that simply means you'll be buying 4 times, 3 extra after the first one, and you'll be trading with $57. You'll be trading with $57. Now, it is now left for you. Do you want to trade 2 coins with $57? Or do you want to trade a coin with $100? The disadvantage is this, and the advantage is this. The advantage, like I said, is that you are trading 2 coins at a time. Probably one speed might be better than the other speed in the same direction. Most coin goes in the same direction. Sometimes so there will be a kind of reluctancy, but you cannot tell. Coin doesn't tell us what it will do. Forget all those candlestick. It's merely illusion. Forget them. Those that are trading candlestick are losing. So what are you disturbing yourself about? Everybody that is trading candlestick always have one issue or the other. It's just like people projecting a bet. So they will also lose no matter what you project. So that's it. So stop disturbing yourself. Now, but when you trade one coin, it simply means that when coins are going very down, you have more money to fund the average cost price. So that simply means there is tendency of you getting out of deep faster. But if you are trading 2 coins and each one of it is like $57, it simply means your 2 coins might probably be in a dip for a long, depending on how deep the dip is. So that's the advantage and disadvantage. While some people will even use their $200 or $300 to trade just one coin. Just play around it, make sure you are always in profit almost every time. Or make sure at least your dip is not going to go deep almost every time. So that's it. Now, look at it. Assuming I turn this to 5. So that simply means I'll be trading with $106. But look at this. This is $9, and I'm trading 5 coins, 5 times. That means the max purchase, the max order. That means it's buying 5 times, and my max. I'm trading with $9, so I'm using $106. That is why most people will tell you to trade with at least $100 per coin. So if you want to change this to 6 orders, you see it is already it's already 187. So you might just at rest at 5 orders below. 5 orders below. No, this is 10. That is why it's changing. You might change this back to probably 8. So 5 orders will give you 1.06, or you take it to 9, it will give you $119. And if you change it to $10 for the initial price, you might have $132. That might be too much for you for a coin. I said might. It's reasonable because the major thing is people tell you to trade with $100. So at the beginning, you might just try and trade with probably $8 so that $106 trading capital is reliable. Then probably when you start making more profits, you start changing it gradually to maybe $9 and then $10 and so on. Then you want to put it on 5 orders. The difference is this. Let's go back to the price gap. The price gap. The other time, when we were trading when there were 7 orders, that means 6 extra orders plus the first one making 7. This one is having 4 extra orders plus the first one makes just 5. Now, the difference is this. You are covering up for 10% dip here, where in that one you are covering up for, I think, 19%. So that's the difference. So that means if it goes 19% down, you're still okay. But this one, if it goes 10% down, that is when you're in business. So that's the difference between the two. And you need to understand that. So it now depends on you. We are on the bull run right now. 10% dip is okay because coins hardly go 10% dip. 10% dip hardly. But it's not as if it's not possible, especially if there's a quick boom, like a bull run, a day bull run, like a day that just skyrocket, like the one that did to 72,000 or 73,000 2 weeks ago. So, and it has been going down now. I think it went up to 10% dip, I guess. So now this will only cover up for you for 10% dip, while if you're buying 7 times, it's cover up for 19% dip. So two different things. But the disadvantage sometimes is also you'll be having some money that is not going to be useful. They are backup money, but it is better to have a backup money than to trade with all you have and later on flop. So it is better to have a backup money than to trade with all you have and later flop. So I think backup is better. Now, for example, it might not buy the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. It might not buy it. So those are the only disadvantage you can see in this.